Serve out of bounds for Collins. 7-6 is the score. Here's the serve handled. Set, left side, and in for Adi Nashiva. Adi Nashiva knots the score back up at 7 apiece. This match is tied at 1 set all. Lindsey Wilson won the first. Indiana Wesleyan won the second. If you are just joining us here on New Lion, the official video provider of the NAIA. Glad to have you along from a chilly, downright cold Sioux City, Iowa on a Wednesday night in December. Here's the set on the outside. Cross court. And once, twice, but oh, not quite played over. Thought they were going to get it, but it was not. Last bump attempt there was McNabney. She tried to keep the play alive. Indiana Wesleyan will get the point. That is a lead of 1 for Indiana Wesleyan at 8-7. Serve taken. Here's the set by Just on the outside. That's Nashiva. Doug back on the outside and into the corner, and a kill for Ray Brandis. Ray Brandis with the kill. Service again, take a middle back. Here's the set left. Going to Nashiva again, dug up, pushes it outside, back corner and down. Well, Indiana Wesleyan has a rotation they like right now with Ray Brandis. Their biggest lead, it's a 3-point advantage at 10-7 here in the third. Serve on the spike line, played up into the net. Scrambling is Lindsey Wilson. They play it into the net, and that's a point, and it's a 4-point Indiana Wesleyan lead, and Andy Cavens is going to take a timeout here for the Blue Raiders of Lindsey Wilson. 11-7 is the score. Lindsey Wilson trails by 4. Indiana Wesleyan on a run here. Match tied at 1 set apiece. Keep playing, keep learning, keep growing. Game on. Learn more about opportunities to play in the NAIA on their website at naia.org. And the phrase student athlete has a great ring to it, doesn't it? Join 60,000 others who feel the same way. You'll never run out of room to grow on the court, in the classroom, and as a person. There are lasting friendships waiting to be made in the NAIA. With students, coaches, and the entire campus community, it all happens right at naia.org is where you can learn more. All right, the Blue Raiders called the timeout. They have returned to the floor near court for you on the video. In the grays, that's Indiana Wesleyan on the far court, and they're on a bit of a run here. I believe it is a 4-0 run. I think we were tied at 7. It is 11-7 now in favor of the Wildcats. Biggest lead of the night by anyone was a 5-point lead by Lindsey Wilson in the first set. And Lindsey Wilson comes out of the timeout with what had to be a set play, and that was a dump by Just to the middle of the court. 11-8, side out, Blue Raiders. Lindsey Wilson was here last year. Out of the Mid-South Conference, they went 18-0 in that league this year. Here's the set, long ways for that ball to travel, but it was played cross-court by Brandis. Outside to number 12, Anderson, Doug. Here's the bump set out to Brandis again, and she'll power it through and down. That's Ray Brandis, 3.6 kills per set. Indiana Wesleyan with the point. It is 12-8 on the scoreboard. Ray Brandis now has 13 kills to lead all attackers on the night, both ways. Indiana Wesleyan is leading has a kill efficiency of 330 now. Quick middle, trying to power tip it through is Meeks. Handled at the net, cross court. There's the Blue Raiders. Joust. And the number 11, Nashiva. Adi Nashiva wins the joust at the net. That's a point for Lindsey Wilson. 12-9 is the score. 12-9 on the scoreboard. Lindsey Wilson will serve here with number 11, Adi Nashiva. So she's in the back row. That also means that number 17, Laitakova, will come back across the front row, who made her initial appearance here in the third set. Quick middle, and there is Remy Buckner. And if you remember back earlier to this set, Remy Buckner had some success in this rotation. She has a little bit of a mismatch maybe up front with the other middle, and she can elevate pretty quickly, so she's gotten some good swings. 13-9 is the score, I do believe. Yep, 13-9. Here's the serve. It's handled, bumped, back all the way up to the net. And Lytakova will put it down. Lytakova will find the court. If you're wondering what these courts are made of, they're made out of sport court. They're little plastic tiles that are put together. All three courts are of the same thing. They're basically laid right over the concrete with a little bit of underlayment here at the Tyson Event Center, but very common in volleyball tournaments. Here's this attack out of the middle for Remy Buckner, and Indiana Wesleyan with a big kill to go back up by 4. 14-10 is the score. If you watched the match last night, the court probably looks the exact same, but it is, if you're a Lindsey Wilson fan, that is. Well, both fans. I guess they both played in the same court yesterday. But this is actually one court down on court number 2. And out of the middle, a kill for Kaylee Moorhead. And that's a kill for Lindsey Wilson. So it's 14-11. Tomorrow, this entire pool will go down another court over to court number 1. So each day you play on a different court. Serve is wide and out of bounds. Wide and out of bounds, point to Indiana Wesleyan, 4-point lead for the Wildcats, and they will go back to the service line. Here's the serve, taken back row by King, scrambling a little bit, there's a free ball. Taken at the line, outside, off the tape, trying to power it through there was Colacott. Lindsey Wilson now attacks, blocked back. They'll try again the middle, cut right down for Kaylee Moorhead. Kaylee Moorhead with her 8th kill now on the night. Behind Nashiba, she is the second leading attacker on the evening for the Blue Raiders of Lindsey Wilson College. Back to serve will be number 6, Collins. Jesse Collins. And here we go with the serve. Indiana Wesleyan by 3, 15-12. Here's the set, out to the outside. Little roll shot there by Colacott. Powered back by Indiana Wesleyan and out of bounds. Off of the block, right? Yes, off the block, out of bounds. And the service will go to Indiana Wesleyan. I believe that's Troyer. See her in some spot service rotations. And we got a question here from the Lindsey Wilson coaching staff about something. The captain, captain number 21, the setter, Alexa Just, has gone over to the official stand. She gets to talk to the up guy, and Coach Cavins is talking to the down guy. Well, talking is over, and Indiana Wesleyan will serve. 15-16. Is it 16? 16-12. The scoreboards are a little small on this scoreboard, or on this particular court. They're smaller than the other ones. And out of that little delay, Nashiva with a kill off the block on the outside. And it is 16-13. 16-13 is our score. 3-point Indiana Wesleyan lead. Service will be with number 7, McNabney. Audra McNabney, Indiana Wesleyan, tries the power middle, push through but dug. Lindsay outside, cross court, Nashiva, dug. Back is Indiana Wesleyan resetting, roll shot back corner, and it's going to be misplayed back there by number 1, Angel. And that's an Indiana Wesleyan point, and they go up by 4 at 17-13. Lindsey Wilson ranked 10th in the final NAI poll this year as Indiana Wesleyan gets the point. It is 18-13. Indiana Wesleyan not in the final top 25. They went through the opening round to advance to the NAI National Championship. There's an attack on the outside by Nashiba, and that's going to be a point for Lindsey Wilson. In the opening round, Indiana Wesleyan beat Bryan of Tennessee in 3. Here's the serve by Lindsey Wilson. Cross court back by Indiana Wesleyan, and it was in the corner. Boy, again, the defense had moved all the way up for Lindsey Wilson. That's a point for Indiana Wesleyan, and it's 19-14 on the scoreboard for the Wildcats. Wildcats with the lead. Here's the serve taken by Libero King. Back set right. There's going to roll shot it over on the spike line. Set back. Trying to power it down the line. Dug by King. Here we go again. Set left side. Lindsey Wilson. Free ball. Back corner. It's been working. It's been working both ways. And again, finding the spot way back in the corner where nobody is. And that's a point for Lindsey Wilson. 19-15 is the score. Always amazed at the court sense that volleyball players have. They can adjust and react so quickly on the fly while they're out there. It's just it's really fun to watch. Here's a free ball. That's not, oh, it did make it over. From my angle, looked like it wasn't. Handled by Lindsey. They'll attack it off the block outside, dug out of the back row. Back to the outside goes Indiana Wesleyan, powers it off the block, put up back in the air by the Blue Raiders. Lidakova will go with the attack, and it's down for a point. And Lindsey Wilson is going to pull back to within a score of 19-16. Timeout, Candace Moats and the Indiana Wesleyan bench. Let's go to the stats. Ray Brandis, 16 kills for Indiana Wesleyan. She leads the way. Tavo has 10, 7 for Buckner. Leading for Lindsey Wilson is Adi Nashiva. She has 14 now. Sarah Anderson with 10, 9 for Kaylee Moorhead. The switch with Lidakova coming into the contest. She has now got 3 kills. And we have a timeout here with Indiana Wesleyan taking the timeout. It's a 3-point lead for the Wildcats. First set tonight went to Lindsey Wilson, 25-22. Indiana Wesleyan came back to win the second, 25-21. So here we go. Out of the timeout, Lindsey Wilson will have the service. Natalina Nashiva will go to the service line. And she is set to go. This is a pretty big service for Lindsey Wilson. Here's the set, middle, over the block and down for Remy Buckner. Let's look at Remy Buckner's line on the night. Remy Buckner has 7 kills, 11 swings, 2 errors. She's hitting .455. Very, very impressive stat line for Remy Buckner for Indiana Wesleyan University. They are the first to 20 here in the third. It is 20-16 on the scoreboard. 20-16 Wildcats. Service, middle back taken. Set middle quick, blocked back by Indiana Wesleyan, popped up and over, free ball. At the net, set, Holler, right side and off the block and out of bounds. And that is going to be Christina Tavo. Tavo with that kill, her 11th. Hitting .409 on 23 swings. Mishandling the serve was Lindsey Wilson, and that's going to go down as an ace. And that very well may be it's the second ace of the night for Indiana Wesleyan, and that puts the score at 22-16. And Andy Cavens is going to take a second and final timeout of set number 3. So he has got some instructions for his team here. He's going to try to keep his team in set 3 here. Obviously, we are going to a set number 4, knotted up in the match at 1 apiece. A very well-played match so far tonight between these two teams. Indiana Wesleyan has steadily risen their attack percentage, though, while hitting below .250 after the first set. I shouldn't say that. They ended up at .300 in that first set. They were .250 early, and then they had run late to up it a little bit. They have steadily risen, and they are hitting at a .471 clip here in the third. That gives them .363 on the night. So you can tell their efficiency has gone up. Remy Buckner, a big part of that. Ray Brandis, a big part of that. Both of them really swinging well for Indiana Wesleyan. 22-16 is the score. Here's the serve. Handled, middle back, set by Just on the right side to the middle back, handled by Indiana Wesleyan. They'll try to power it off the block. It's Doug tipping it over, free ball for Indiana Wesleyan. Libero, Brandis on the outside off the block, played up by Lytavova, and she'll get it back and power it down. Let me try that again. Lytakova. Not an easy one to say in transition, folks. I won't lie to you. And that's going to be a kill for Lytakova. And that will give the side out back to Lindsey Wilson at a 22-17 score in favor of Indiana Wesleyan. Here's the serve. Taken, middle, set, quick. Remy Buckner out of bounds. She tried a cutter that time to her right and could not quite find the line. And that's a point for Lindsey Wilson. 22-18 now in favor of Indiana Wesleyan in the third set. Service will go with King taken. Here's the set on the outside and trying to find the back corner and out of bounds for Indiana Wesleyan was Colacott. And that's a point for Lindsey Wilson, and it's 22-19, and the Blue Raiders are hanging in there in the third set. Another point or two, and we've got ourselves a pretty tight set. Here's the serve, taken, set, nobody home. So a free ball to the line and on the line and in. And that will be 23-19 in favor of Indiana Wesleyan. 23-19 Indiana Wesleyan, and they will have the service. Straightaway middle. Here's the set. Trying to elevate over the block, and right up there one-on-one with number 4 Moorhead was Egebrecht. And Egebrecht with the power block and on an ISO. 24-19. This is set point for Indiana Wesleyan. 24-19. Set point Indiana Wesleyan University. Outside. Lytakova, Doug, Indiana Wesleyan. Cross court, Doug out of bounds. That's going to be a kill for Tavo. And set number 3 will go to Indiana Wesleyan by the final score of 25-19. So Indiana Wesleyan takes the advantage after dropping set 1. They have won sets 2 and 3 and lead the match 2-1. We'll be back with the stats of the match and set number 4. And we'll step aside here as you're listening to NAI Volleyball on the NAI Network from New Lyon. Welcome back to Sioux City on the NAI Network. We're glad to have you along here on a Wednesday night, night 2, day 2 and night 2 of the NAI National Volleyball Championship. We are in Pool C, a matchup between Lindsey Wilson and Indiana Wesleyan. It's been a good one. We're going to go to the 4th. Indiana Wesleyan now leads this match 2-1. The Blue Raiders of Lindsey Wilson won the first 25-22. The Wildcats have won sets 2 and 3, 25-21 and 25-19. Here's some stats. Lindsey Wilson is now led on the night by Nashiba with 14 kills. Sarah Anderson still sitting at 10. Moorhead has 9 on the night for the Blue Raiders. Indiana Wesleyan, Ray Brandis has shot out to 16 kills. Last night she had 12 in a 4-setter, so she is well ahead of her pace last night against Biola. 12 kills for Tavo. She's played well. And those two have really led the way, with Remy Buckner getting some swings as well there, especially in the 3rd set. So, again, both teams kind of got their strengths. They know what they need to do. And it really just kind of comes down to execution at this point. And we'll see where the adjustments are made again and kind of how the rotations stack up. And away we will go with set number 4. To recap the pool once again, Biola is 2-0 in this pool. Biola won last night over Indiana Wesleyan, 3-1. Biola is the top seed in this particular pool, with Lindsey Wilson the 2nd highest seed. In the final NAIA top 25 this year, Biola was ranked 3rd behind Texas at Brownsville and Concordia. Of course, Concordia was in the pole position most of the year until Texas Brownsville picked up a sweep of the Eagles in Texas. So that was kind of about October or so. So they flipped spots at that point. Madonna's the number 4 team in the country. They lost today, their first loss in the year. They're 39-1. All right, Indiana Wesleyan in the near court. Lindsey Wilson is now on the far court. We go back at it, set 4. Indiana Wesleyan is up 2-1, and we're underway. Here's the set by Holler. On the outside, and an early kill for Christiana Tavo. Tavo's 13th of the night. As a team, Indiana Wesleyan is hitting .343. Lindsey Wilson has gone to .238. 48 team kills for Indiana Wesleyan, 46 for Lindsey Wilson. Here's the serve by Brandis. Middle back taken, set at the net, powered through Doug. Here's a free ball upcoming, pushed over. The set by Just. She'll go outside. That is going to be to Anderson, and it is blocked out of bounds, I do believe. Yes, it is. Blocked out of bounds. That is a point, and each team has scored. It's 1-1 in the 4th. 1-1 here in the 4th. Back to serve for Lindsey Wilson College is Adi Nashiba. Serve up short 10-foot spike line. Set. Holler outside. Trying to put it into the corner with Tavo. Handled by the Blue Raiders. Cross court by Litakova. Here's a return by Indiana Wesleyan. Push through. Blue Raiders reset. Litakova on the outside. Dug by Indiana Wesleyan. Set left. Trying to attack for Indiana Wesleyan is going to be Kolakot. Return back on the play. Up at the net. Remy Buckner will put it up and over everybody and out of bounds. No touch. Point to Lindsey Wilson, and the Blue Raiders lead it 2-1. 2-1 Blue Raiders. Here's the serve for Nashiba. Set middle, Remy Buckner. Nice dig out of the back row there by King. And it's going to be an attack into the net for the Blue Raiders. Litakova, I do believe, and a point for Indiana Wesleyan to tie it up at 2-all. And back to serve will be libero Rebecca Brandis. Not to be confused with Ray Brandis, the outside hitter. Speaking of Brandis, again, leading with 16 kills for Indiana Wesleyan. That's Ray Brandis. On the outside, pushing it up and over is Anderson, and nobody there for Indiana Wesleyan. They had a scramble, could not play it back up and over. Point goes to Lindsey Wilson, and Lindsey leads at 3-2 here in the 4th. First set to Lindsey, 25-22, then Indiana Wesleyan in the second, 25-21. Indiana Wesleyan in the third, 25-19. That's where we stand. Early 4th, left side, outside, Kolakot. Dug back over, and right into the block was the attack of Litakova, and just a huge block on the outside by Indiana Wesleyan. Do believe that was Christiana Tavo that got up out there on the right side. 3-3 is the score. Serve, middle back taken. Here's the set, tip to the line. Dug up once, twice, and a big, long free ball coming. There it is. Here's the set by Just. Up, down, over the block. Counted up for the kill there for Kaylee Moorhead. Again, Moorhead, the middle. Not your typical middle, a little undersized, but hits .418 on the year. She's a weapon out there, and probably someone who needs to get a little more into the action here in the fourth set. Serve taken by Indiana Wesleyan, 1 point lead for Lindsay. Left side cut down the line and in, right on the back line for Sarah Colacott. Colacott with the kill. 4-4 ball game here in set number 4. Here's the serve again for Indiana Wesleyan University. It's going to be number 4, Troyer. The attack middle, pushed back at the net, mistiming her jump a little bit, but getting it over is Egebrecht. Free ball upcoming for Lindsay Wilson near the line, so it was played. Here's the set left side for Brandis. Blocked back, slide, right side, and getting it into the back corner, Kristen Egebrecht, and down. Nice ball movement there by Indiana Wesleyan. Got the blockers going one way, moved them over the other way, and got a cross-court kill, and they go up by 1, 5-4. 5-4 our score. Serve taken. Here's the set. On the outside, Lytakova. Dug, set, left, Indiana Wesleyan, middle back, dug to the net. Bumped up on the outside. Lytakova, she'll put it in the back corner and down. Well, both teams are hitting cylinders now. They're shifting gears and going after it. 5-5 here in the fourth. This one's going to be a race. Just two very evenly matched volleyball teams. Fun match to watch, fun match to broadcast. Glad to bring it to you tonight here on New Lion on the NAIA Network at NAIA.org. Here's the serve for the Blue Raiders. Taken by number 1, Brandis. Back set, Colacott. I'm sorry, that's Egebrecht, and a kill. Egebrecht with the kill, point for Indiana Wesleyan. It is 6-5 on the scoreboard, Wildcats. 6-5 Indiana Wesleyan. Egebrecht will serve, Lindsay Wilson handles. Here's the set by Just, and that is a huge swing out there for Nashiva. Adi Nashiva with a power kill, 3.59 on the season per set. Nashiva tonight has gone out to 14 kills. She's doing battle out there with Ray Brandis, going toe-to-toe for their respective teams. 6s apiece. A little out of system. Indiana Wesleyan free ball, handled. Here's the set on the outside, off the block and out of bounds. Point for Lindsay Wilson. Point for Lindsay Wilson. And the scoreboard will read 7-6 in favor of the Blue Raiders. Here comes the serve. Middle back taken by Troyer. Quick set middle, Remy Buckner dug out of the back row. Set just outside, trying to tip it through was Nashiva. Handled, left side, cross court, that's Brandis, dug. Blue Raiders reset and through the double block and down. Nice big swing out there for the outside hitter, Adi Nashiva. Natalina is her full first name. They did tell me up here that I can call her Adi. So we will, and it was 8-6. Serve taken, here's the set. On the left side, into the middle back, handled. At the net, pushed back by Indiana Wesleyan and down. Set got a little tight, Remy Buckner knew that, and she went up and pushed it through for Indiana Wesleyan. And it is 8-7 in favor of the Blue Raiders.